the motherfuckers a good 3 to 4 years to work with each other, to gel, to mesh. Like, yeah, Njoku's coming back. Great. Oh, yeah, we let Rashard Higgins take a walk. Bye. Which, I felt like we never get to see the real athlete of these men play because our front office is A, I believe they're so impatient, and B, I believe they're picky. And C, it also has to do with the revolving door of the GM, of the coaching and stuff like that on, oh, I want my guy to be here. I want my guy to be here. Stop that bullshit. You're ruining a franchise and you're giving your diehard fans a fucking headache.
Man.
Stop releasing and letting all these good players go. Normally it's Pete's job to get loud, but damn it, I feel it. Like, it's pissing me off.
Did you hear about the rumor?
What rumor?
They're thinking about trading Baker Mayfield.
I got nothing on that.
I'm just fucking with you. That never really happened.
Thank God.
But anyways, though, as you did mention, it's Pete's job to get loud. Before we end up going to commercial break, he did, even though he's not present with us, he did end up sending in a clip about his opinion about the Joe Schobert. I almost said Sherbert like you. Damn. The Joe Schobert. Man, I'm 0 for 2. The Joe Schobert situation in which they didn't want to re-sign him, in which the last front office ownership didn't want to release him or didn't want to sign him, and now with the new regime, they didn't want to end up signing him either. Anyways, we do have a clip from Pete. We will play that, and then we're going to end up heading to commercial break. So we're going to do that, and we'll be back after this on the We Like Sports podcast with Riggs, Peyton, and a clip from Pete.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled podcast for...
We Are the Worst, the podcast that brings you the worst stories humanity has to offer.
My name is Maggie Ringy.
And I'm Andrea Toledo.
And we bring you stories like...
MK Ultra,
Olga of Kiev,
Georgia Tan,
Heaven's Gate,
Cecil Hotel,
The Mandela Effect. You can find us on Apple Podcasts,
Spotify,
Google Play,
Podbean,
Stitcher,
Castbox,
and wherever podcasts are free. New episodes drop every Tuesday.
See you then.
As far as Joe Sherbert hitting free agency goes, I gotta say that it comes down to money in this instance. They say that Joe Sherbert wanted over $10 million a year. To me, $10 million is absolutely a doable price range for somebody of his talent, and especially with the cap space that we do still actually have. However, with the contracts of like Baker and Denzel Ward and all those guys coming up, I do want to be more conservative with what I'm spending, especially this offseason. $10 million for Sherbert, to me, is very much so worth it. If you started getting into the 15, 16, 17 range, that to me, that's you can get somebody close to, if not at his talent level, for far less, whether it be free agency or in the draft. So that being said, it was reported that he wanted over $10 million, so we don't know what exactly that price point was. But I'm okay with seeing him walk, just so long as they take that money and they put it to good use.
And we're back on the We Like Sports podcast once again with Peyton Riggs.
And Riggs, that's me.
We got to see our name still. As you guys could tell, we're doing it on Instagram Live. On the first half, we were doing it on Periscope, so make sure to check us out now. Either check us out to see our faces if you're listening to this on the podcast form. Either way, definitely check us out. We're trying to be more multi-platform. Cool. Made up a word. It kind of sounded fancy. Anyways, though, so we ended up hearing Pete's input about Joe Sherbert, and pretty much he doesn't really mind with the fact of the Browns saving money. Riggs, as we're back from break, what do you think? Like, do you agree with Pete and what he said from the money perspective once you end up hearing it from more so a clear head? Or do you pretty much think that the Browns should end up spending the money that they should?
Double-edged sword. Double-edged. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's one of those situations also. Now that you hear someone else's point of view of it, yeah, he's also right. But it's a Cleveland Browns front office. So they can mess it up. They can make the most simplest thing a disaster. So it's up in the air. It's yes, it could be about the money saving, but at the same time, do you want to spend that money to keep that man here? So it's all success for Joe Schobert on his journey on being a free agent. If he lands back in the orange and brown, he'll be welcomed back with open arms to the land. So with arms wide open under the sunlight.
Aaron Rodgers, for the Players Association, from the NFL standpoint, Richard Sherman wanted changes. He was more so on a different opinion than Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers wanted drastic changes to the NFL offseason. One of those drastic changes is the fact that they should have more free time, meaning less practice time, meaning less time for them to essentially be a part of OTAs and mini camps and whatnot.
Mini camps can be for I can understand rookies and guys trying to make the team, but your vets like Rodgers, he probably doesn't have to be there, but you're on a team. So on a team, if one person has to do it, you all have to do it. In the NFL, I was told that even the punter has to do the same exercises and stretches as everybody on the field. Yeah, you may be a punter or a kicker or a placeholder, but guess what? You're going out here and you're running drills and you're stretching and you're lifting weights just like everybody else. So in a way, I look at it like this. It should be maybe for 1 or 2 days, like freshman orientation before you go to high school. All right, freshman, you get to school by yourself for the next 2 days, and after that, you're going to have the big dogs here, and you're going to have to learn how to maneuver around them. I don't know if anyone else's high school worked like that, but mine sure did. So OTAs and all that stuff, yeah, that should be for the rookies, 1 or 2 days, and after that, then your veterans can come in and school everybody, prank everybody, haze everybody, whatever it is you do. But you're on a team, and everyone has to be there at the same time.
Senior prank. But obviously, though, with the aspect of Aaron Rodgers wanting more free time, obviously that's for the whole entire team, all the players in the NFL. Kind of got lost in the point that you were making because my dog was shaking because, anyways, what exactly were you going with the point? Would you rather have players have more free time?
No,
less time to get injured.
I stick to my guns. You should just have the rookies be there first, have the veterans have their days off, maybe 1 or 2 days off from OTAs and all that garbage, and then everyone comes in together. Okay, it's the last day of definitely not training camp. You need everyone there at training camp, but OTAs, okay, let's say they're 4 days for OTAs. The rookies, freshmen, okay, they get 2 days or 1 day there by themselves. Because you got guys like Aaron Rodgers, let's just say him, you put in your time there. So you're a veteran. So you should have some say on, hey, I want to take my daughter to the park, or I want to take my wife out to eat. Then I'm going to come in and give you 100%. Then you're going to have some people to say, well, you had from January to do that or whatnot. But I'm not an NFL, and neither are any of you who are probably listening. So I don't know. I stand true to my guns right there, man. You got to give the rookies some time by themselves before the big dogs come in and do whatever they do as a team. Oh, you guys did it like this for 2 days? Well, guess what? This is how we're all doing it now. Oh, that's my locker. No, that's defense's bench.
I get that. I kind of get that where you're coming from. More so veteran leadership. So when your high school analogy, it's more so well, this is my senior year. That's my number. You think you're number 69. I'm actually number 69. you know?
Mm-hmm.